At this point, everyone's just getting demonetized on YouTube. It's so crappy, right? To see everyone like lose revenue from their content that worked very, very hard on their content. And I'm constantly talking about it because I myself got screwed from YouTube. So it's very terrible to see this happen, especially for those who are like animators, people that use certain software like probably Blender, or use gaming software like Unity or Unreal Engine, and and people that just hand draw overall. And even when they're not doing anything wrong, or how about music producers that use FL Studio, Ableton, Pro Logic? Like, no matter what you do, like, people are just gonna get screwed left and right. So what do you do in this case, right? And I keep seeing more videos on this left and right, and everyone's just having different opinions on just how they get it. And then truth be told, I don't think we're all gonna get a definitive answer because everybody is different. And everyone's gonna have a different thing, different meaning for it. But what we constantly hear is that every time someone tries to appeal, 9 times out of 10, it does not work. Some can get lucky, good for them. But in this case, appeals do not work. So then what do after? They tend to go either with the YouTube help chat, or they have to go on Twitter and just hope that they will email you and really check out to see that if you will be monetized or not. But to see this happen to many creators, whether you're small or big, it's horrible. And I wish I knew what else to say, to be honest, because I feel like no matter what you, even when people try to give you advice on like what to do, and you know what, here's the few things that I heard from these creators on YouTube. They're saying that if you constantly spam like stories, and you're doing it every day, somehow that could get you demonetized. If you are using AI material, that would get you demonetized. But somehow, some reason, YouTube has has their own AI slot thing that they do, and you can use that. But then when you do, you're still gonna get demonetized, even when you use their AI slop nonsense material. The other thing I hear is that if you want to play it safe, make your videos at least 15 to 20 minutes, so therefore you can kind of get away with it, right? But here's the problem with that. This doesn't apply to like certain commentators if they're using a certain material to commentate on. So even when they're technically following the rules, they're still getting plastered. They still tend to get screwed, even when other creators seem to do it. But because the bigger, very big content creators make a lot of money, or they make money for the website, somehow that's okay. And that's the part I don't understand. So then I question, what about gamers overall that just do gameplay? Like, I understand there's certain restrictions, like you can't use their music because some of the music that they provide is either their music or I guess copyrighted music from like popular songs that we hear in the radio or online. So that's another issue that I have. So there's like restrictions within restrictions, and you gotta be careful with what you say too, because you sometimes use profanity, you can get demonetized, especially when you do live streams. Now the other one I have an issue is that, excuse me. Now, when it comes to reuse content, I don't know how that works particularly because I never had that before. But anyone that's pretty much getting hit with that, I think people could say, oh, well, just basically delete it, delete the so-called reuse content, and then try to reappeal, and then you'll be fine. But for those who are getting inauthentic content like myself, is where everybody's like having an issue with. And then it's getting to the point where YouTube does not have like a phone call system, which they know that will not work because a lot of people will be calling up the yin yang, and then it was, but like I said before, it is made by design to make it difficult, which is not surprising. So if that doesn't work, you have two options: either go on Twitter and try to talk to them or message them or whatever, and then you get an email and try to process from there, or you can my back. Or you can use the YouTube chat box and hope to God that you're able to talk to someone. But the main problem is that according to people, everything is automated. So no matter what you do, no matter what you try, no matter what kind of proof you have, I mean, hey, even they have this option when it comes to, show you videos to show proof in terms of what you do so they can reappeal it. And when people do that, then they still get screwed. So what do you do now? Another thing I hear is that, people make animations, sure, which that's fine, but if you use the popular ones, like on TV, like, I don't know, whatever's going on right now, then that's another reason why that is triggering as inauthentic content, because you're using copyrighted characters from any show that you see, and then you plaster it on there. I'm like, okay, so what about people that make fan animations, Like I seen people make different comics, or I guess, TV shows. I'm seeing that all the time, and even if it's hand drawn, or I guess, even if it's hand drawn, make your own animation. I seen people use AI material to basically get that going. So I'm like, oh, okay, so they do allow that. So why they're saying they won't when other creators have gotten away with it? It just seems very hypocritical that like some can get away with it and many others are just getting screwed. But as long as you make money for the website, then somehow that's acceptable. I don't know, man. It's so sad. I'm not even sure what else to even say. Because every day I'm seeing a new video of someone talking about the demonetization. But you know what? At the same time, it is a brilliant idea in a certain aspect. Because even if, whether you got hit with a demonetization or not, people couldn't actually make profit off of it just by constantly talking about it. Like right now, I could say the same words over and over and over again and still get approved because it hits the limit of 15 to 20 minutes. But then again, if a real person will check out the whole channel, maybe they can probably get that. That could probably say, oh, that's inauthentic or reuse content because you're saying the same words over and over and over again, but in a different video. But again, I don't know. But the thing is that everybody is going to be different. Everyone's probably going to say the same thing that we're thinking, but we're not taking someone else's material, Oh, and that's another thing. If you take someone else's copyright material, then you can somehow get in trouble. But then when you use it for commentary purposes, then that's somehow fine. I don't know. The whole thing just doesn't make any sense because it's like I said, some can get away with it, and others, they have to go through all the process, like what I'm doing right now. And I don't know, it's just getting to the point as to, like, what do we do now? Especially for those who worked really, really hard to get somewhere. What a shame. But in this case, what I did yesterday, and I posted this yesterday, that I actually went on Twitter, or X, I don't know what people call it nowadays. I still call it Twitter, but I use X to basically send a comment to Twitter, and they did respond within like a day or two later. And then I had to press some link. I went to the link, put my channel, and then I had to wait another few days, and then they said they will message me on Twitter, and they did, and now they said there was another link I had to press. Afterwards, God, I don't know my voice today, I'm sorry. And then afterwards, they will send me an email. A few days later, I got in. Cool, fantastic, I got in. So now that got out of the way. Now I'm still waiting for an update. They said they will try to go through the process. Maybe it does take time. Maybe they are going through it. So I generally don't know. Anyways, as I stated, I'm not really there to be helpful. There's very, very helpful knowledge out there from some people that can actually get away with it. I guess we just got to pick which one's going to help us out. And if it does help out, then that's fantastic. But at the same time, people will use it for basic view purposes because they know that this is the hot topic right now when it comes to YouTube. So no matter what we say, what will people just going to watch and hope for the best. And whether people like or dislike, you still got your view and you still got your profit. I don't know, but like once I'm done with this, I'm probably still gonna see what would be the best course of action or the right video that can help me not look forward to this in the future. And then some people also mention, I forget to mention this as well. It said, oh well, in order to get by, you have to delete all your video. Well, not all your videos, but the ones that they feel that's not gonna get you by. But the problem is, even if you're not doing anything, that's considered like what you call it, like, you know, you're doing the right thing and you're not taking someone else's material and you're not reusing your content. You're making new images and new shorts and drawings, this and that, you're talking and this and that and the third. Somehow you can still get in trouble. Oh, and you also edit your material, you still get in trouble. So it leads people this one question: what now? What do I do? I did everything and anything, and they're still not approving it. And then what happens? You have to wait 9 months again? So what do I do? Like, do I just delete every single thing I do and hope to God I get something? But then afterwards, if you delete everything, you lose your viewership, you lose your, then you have to start the whole process over. Maybe not everything, but just like, what do you do? I don't know. It's a nightmare. And then I can see why people would rather just go on different platforms. I know people say, oh, well, try Twitch, but not everybody's a live streamer. Nobody, I won't say nobody, not everybody wants to sit in a computer for that amount of time and talk about things. Unless you really work hard on it and really like to do live streams, then that's different. But in this case, some don't want to do it. Some don't, like, some people got things going, people got priorities to do. Yes, there's ways to make profit. There's ways to actually grow. I agree, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, in this particular case, if YouTube won't be the wave anymore, then I would suggest probably another alternative. And I said this before, there's probably Rumble, there's probably Kick, there's probably Odyssey, and so on and so forth. I mean, heck, you can probably upload your videos onto Facebook, onto Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, whatever preference it is, you can probably make money off of it. TikTok, if that's even still popular anymore, I don't know. But I guess whatever helps people get by. But my issue is that when it comes to other platforms you go in, obviously there's always going to be different rules and regulations that you have to follow by. Things that may not allow, and no matter how big your viewership is, you may make a couple of bucks off of it. So I don't know. It's again, you basically got to pick your own poison, which would benefit you the most. But there's one thing a lot of people are not a fan of, is the fact that there's no human person that's actually reviewing it, and they're letting AI automatically just deny people in terms of their appeal. So that makes the process even more difficult, because they're just automatically saying no, and that's why I personally feel that it's made by design, on purpose. So one, the company can cut costs for the labor and more money for the business, and then it'll be, even though it will be difficult, but you have to go through all these hurdles and all this craziness just to get your account back. And the worst part is that it can happen again in the future. You could get hit twice, probably more. So then the question remains as to what now? What do you do? How am I gonna get this off? And sometimes that makes it a million times worse, is that it doesn't even work either. So people have it way worse than what others are dealing with right now. And if I have to go through this nonsense and wait the next 3 months, then unfortunately I'm gonna have to do it. But at some point, people like myself are probably gonna leave. They're probably not gonna come back. We just probably won't even be in this platform anymore if this nonsense keeps going. And yes, I'm probably gonna hear this too. Oh well, we say this every year, but we still keep going on it because YouTube is the biggest platform out there. It's been like that for a long time. It's been crappy for a long. And you know what? I agree in this particular aspect that it's been terrible for a long time. It's been bad for a long time. I remember how it once was back then, when you can make your own background. You can. I remember you used to add friends and also subscribe, and then it got bought by Google, and then they started implementing things that people didn't like. They started to get censored. They got rid of the dislikes, and then they got. And then they started adding YouTube Heroes, and I remember Google Hangouts was a thing, and they wanted to be like another Facebook, and it's just like a lot of things did not work, and no matter how hard they try, it just didn't work out at all. So that's how I personally feel. Again, this is it's just bad. So yeah. I don't know what else to really say. I don't even know it's gonna be I highly doubt this is gonna be my last video, because I still wanna do updates in terms of how I do things and like how to keep it moving forward and see what I can do, and hopefully there'll be a silver lining. So therefore, once people get that approval, then they could probably explain how the process works and hope that it works for everybody. Because I don't think, cause I don't see much videos in terms of how people got their monetization back. Now, yes, there's people that are explaining on like how to not get this in the future, cause people are basically gonna say, oh well, if it happens to you once, make sure it doesn't happen again. So pretty much learn from your mistakes so it doesn't happen again. Like I get that part particularly, yes, but my thing is that even if when people are learning from their mistakes and it still gets hit, what do you do afterwards? So that's the part that I'm very concerned about, because I feel this is getting to the point where it's borderline ridiculous. Because there's people that don't, in my opinion, they don't deserve to get flagged down. Sorry, not flagged down, I'm saying the wrong words. But people are basically doing the right thing, and they're doing everything to entertain people and not putting anything that's considered mischievous. But then you see this and bam, you're screwed, and now you're confused as to what you're gonna do now. Alright, so yeah, I apologize, this is gonna be long as possible. I told myself it's gonna be long and I'm just babbling on and on about. Okay, so last point, I can only hope, and I know I say this every year, but I can only hope that if it does get better in the future, that would be fantastic. But if not, then I don't know what else to do. I don't know. You can. It's a nightmare for content creators, and I just think they just don't want us to grow anymore. That's the thing. They just don't want us to grow. For those who already made money off of this platform, they'll be fine. They have nothing to worry about. Oh, well, you make, like, oh, this worked out fantastic, that's great. But for those who are basically doing the same thing and not getting the same results as everyone else, then that's bad. And again, I always recommend to try out other platforms. I mean, like I know Instagram, you can kind of get away with certain things too. So that could be helpful. I think Facebook could be one. TikTok, not so much. Like I know TikTok has been very restricted lately. But I always feel you can always make money on different platforms. You just got to figure out which one would benefit you the most. But yeah, everybody is considered different. So like I say, it's good luck for those who are still going through it. I'm giving myself some good luck. I'm hoping that I can kind of find a solution for this. But like I said, I'm going to constantly post updates to see what I get, and see where it goes from there. And again, after this, I'm just going to just check out to see what's going on and hope that it will get somewhere in life. But again, good luck to all who's still dealing with this. Let's just hope that it will get better, all right. So that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I hope it gets better, and as always, keep staying awesome. I don't know, I just keep saying that. That's the worst way to end it, but who cares? See you later. Bye bye.